Hello YouTube. Today we'll be showing you how to duplicate golden keys in Borderlands 2 for PC only. And right off the bat I'm just going to tell you that it doesn't involve messing around with some files, however it is fairly straightforward and easy to do. There is also a possible item duplication glitch that I have found. I have not tested it yet, but we'll get into that later. To start off, I'm going to tell you how to get some keys. If you click on the extras button right there, you can register for a shift account. That will give you 2 keys. It's really easy to do. You can do it in-game. The other way to get keys is after you've registered for a shift account. You can find codes that Gearbox software and other companies release and enter these right here. Those will give you a different amount of keys, obviously depending on the code. And Gearbox software does release new codes every month, I believe. And I will put a link in the description to where I found most of my codes. However, more of them will probably be expired for you because I did this on May 28th, 2013. But you can always get new codes. So I'm going to show you that I have 28 keys right now. I apologize for the lag. Alright, so this chest right here in Sanctuary is what you're going to want to open. As you can see in the corner, I have 28 keys. I'm not going to spend any right now because I do not have a way to get them back if I spend them. Alright, so before you start up the game, you're going to want to click on Documents. This may be different if you do not have Windows 7. So Documents, My Games, Borderlands 2, Willow Game, Save Data, bunch of numbers, and then you're going to see this profile.bin. You're going to have a bunch of saves. You may have a different number, but what this profile.bin is this is your badass points. It's your number of keys, and it's also anything that you have stored in Claptrap's safe. And if you don't know what that is a locker in Sanctuary that you can use to give items from one character to another. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to copy this and paste it to your desktop. It does not need to be to your desktop. Wherever is most convenient for you should be fine. So how this is going to work is that when you spend a key or get more badass points or something like change the items in Claptrap's locker, it's going to modify this profile.bin, not this one. So after you have spent your keys, you can just replace this one with this one, and you'll have everything back. However, you're going to want to be careful because if you gain a lot of badass points, if you, for example, if I copied this, I just copied that to my desktop. If I were to play Borderlands 2 for a week, gain a lot of badass points, and put different things in my locker, and then spend all my keys, if I wanted my keys back, I would have to replace this one, and then this one didn't get updated for all my badass points that I've gotten, or any of the items in my safe. So now that you have a profile.bin on your desktop, you can start up Borderlands 2. Now that I'm back in game, I can spend some keys now that I have that profile.bin on my desktop. I now have 27 keys and a couple of new guns. You can sell these guns to make money, spend all of your keys and then get your keys back. Sell all of them, it's a great way to make money. So now we're going to get my key back. Now that we've closed Borderlands 2 and spent a key, I can use this profile.bin that I've put on my desktop, open up my documents, my games, Borderlands 2, Willow game, save data, bunch of numbers. Then I'm just going to grab this and drag it here. It's going to ask me if I want to move and replace. I want to say that. So now the one on my desktop is gone. So if you want to be very careful about your keys, you're going to want to put it back on your desktop. But I recommend just leaving it off your desktop, and every time you want to use the box, just closing the game and pasting one to your desktop. I know it's a bit of a pain, but it's the safest way to do it. Now that I'm back in game after I replaced my .profile.bin file, I have my 28 keys back, and I still have the items that I got from the chest just a moment ago. On to the item duplication that may or may not work.
I need a drink.
So if you get anything really good, like a legendary weapon or such, and it's something that's worth a lot of money maybe, and you want to keep it and sell it, what you can do is you could place it in here. I'll have to remove this. But these are the items that are currently saved in the profile.bin on my desktop. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it can be a little bit dangerous because you can lose items. But how this works is that any items that you put in here before you copied your profile.bin will replace any items that you put in after you copied it. So, if I want to copy this bladed SMG, since I haven't spent any of my badass points, or, not my badass points, sorry, my, keys, I can delete the profile.bin on my desktop without losing any. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of the weapons that I really like, maybe a good one, like this cool trespasser. It's a unique weapon, so it might be good to demonstrate with. However, just because I have not tried it yet, and I don't want to lose that weapon, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this flying SMG right here, and I'm going to put it in here and replace it with that Psycho mod. So now, in here, I have this flying SMG. So now, if I go back to, if I save and quit, I'm not positive if I actually have to close the Borderlands 2 game. I may have to do that when I replace it. I'm pretty sure you don't have to do that when you copy it. Now I can delete this profile.bin. Go into my place where my other one is. Copy this one. And if you do this up to 4 times, you should be able to place 4 of the same item in there at once. And you can duplicate it by 4 each time you restart the game and restart this process. So now the one on my desktop is the one with my flying SMG in it. Now I can restart Borderlands 2 and remove my flying SMG. Now that I'm back in game, I can remove the flying SMG from Claptrap's safety box locker thing. I don't actually know what that thing is called. Once again, I apologize for the lag. Oh, it's called Claptrap's Super Secret Stash. There we go. Alright, so I can take my flying SMG out. So now my flying SMG is in my inventory. It's right here. And now I have to once again save and quit Borderlands 2. Alright, once again I am going to show you the replacing of the profile.bin. So now this one should have my flying SMG, this one should have an empty slot where my flying SMG was. And I do like to keep a profile.bin copy on my desktop just for safekeeping, because in my opinion, it's easier to get badass points than it is to get keys. Now I can start up the game again, and I should have 2 flying SMGs. Now that we're back in game, we can check to see if Claptrap's Super Secret Stash has a duplicate flying SMG. And there's the flying SMG. And here's the one in my inventory. So I now have 2 flying SMGs, exactly the same. If you've got a cool legendary weapon, you can give one to your friend. You could, there's quite a few different things you could do with this. Duplicate some unique weapons, give them to people, sell them to people, duel for them, whatever. And additionally, I do not believe this to be true, but I could be wrong. I heard that the profile.bin file also includes your bank contents. Now, if it were to include your bank contents, that would mean that everything in your bank would be copied to that profile.bin. And just like Claptrap's Super Secret Stash, anything that you put in after you copy the profile.bin would be replaced with what you had before. So just be wary of that if you are at all worried about that. And that is my FaceTime. And thank you for watching, and I would appreciate a like very much. It took me a very long time to make this video. Thanks for watching.